Good morning everyone, it is Friday the 15th of November and I go to London this weekend for the Young Adult Literature Convention. I tried to vlog it last year and it didn't go very well because I didn't really film anything, so I'm going to try being an operative word and film more this weekend to take you along with me and do a nice little YALC vlog. This morning has been I had my pre-assessment for my surgery over the phone, which was all fine, well and good, and then Formula 175 tickets went on sale for the O2 Arena. I was in the queue for an hour and it sold out in 30 seconds. I saw it sold out in 30 seconds, but I was like, I refuse to leave the queue just in case anyone puts their ticket back. And yeah, it was entirely sold out, so that was fun. So then I was like, oh, I'll try and get tickets to see Tarkan, who is a Turkish singer, instead, and it's like the same price for him that I paid for Taylor Swift. So I was like, okay, we're not doing that either. So that's been fun, but it's okay because the literature convention is going to make up for it. I'm going to see lots of lovely friends that I know that I don't get to see very often because we all live in various parts of the country, so that'll be fun. There'll be lots of books, lots of authors, and it will be a really lovely weekend. So yeah, I'll take you guys all along with me.
We have checked in. We're going on a Sainsbury's run. Little bakery is my idea of heaven.
Day one is all done. It was a lot of just like getting snacks and settling in. It's not the most exciting day, but it makes me very excited. I love checking into a hotel. I love like evaluating the hotel room. We're all ready for tomorrow. We're waking up very early, so it'll be a nice long day tomorrow. But we're all prepped today, all ready, and that's it. Good morning everyone, it is bright-eyed and early on the 16th of November. It is Saturday, it is day one. I'm ready for the day ahead. Day one, let's get ready and go.
reminiscing about this amazing event that is YALC and chatting about why it's been such a raging success.
Day 2 is done, I'm already in bed. It is so full on. I forget how full on YALC is until I'm there. It was a lovely day, but now I am cream crackered. I'll do a proper haul when I get home, but lots of goodies were bought / found / given to me, which is always very exciting. It was a lovely wholesome day, seeing lots of lovely people, and I'm very excited to see what tomorrow holds. I always find that Saturday is like the most full-on day, like running around like headless chickens, trying to see everything, trying to do everything, buy everything. And then day 2 is like, and now breathe, and everything's a lot more relaxed, and now we can just meander, knowing we've done all of the intense exploring on Saturday. So yeah, I'm excited to see what tomorrow holds. See you tomorrow. It is day 2. Everything's all packed up with great difficulty. On the plus side, that does mean I can't buy as many books today because there's nowhere to put them. Yeah, day 2, let's go. Hello friends, happy November. It is at the time of filming this the 19th of November. YALC 2024 is all done. I had the best time this year. I actually had a moment where I was like, I don't think I even want to go, for lots of reasons. I was like, my friends are all going to have a fab time if I'm not there. I don't need to go. I feel like I kind of fell out of touch with the book community this year because I have been reading books that I've had on my shelf for years, which now aren't currently trending on BookTok or Bookstagram, so people aren't talking about them. So when I finished them, I was like, oh, that was amazing, and I have no one to talk to about it. I've been in a bit of a reading slump for the last couple of months, so there was a lot of reasons really, essentially, that I was like, I don't want to go this year. But I booked a ticket and I was like, no, it'll be fun when I get there, I'll enjoy it when I get there. And lo and behold, I got there and had the absolute best time. It always leaves me with such a happy and warm heart. I get to see everyone that I chat to online. I get to see them all there in person, and we all get to just have a really fun bookish weekend. I got to chat to so many lovely authors. It's always such a highlight of my year, if not the highlight of my year. So I'm so glad I went, and it's made me really excited to do it all again next year. I always leave so happy. And now for the exciting part, the YALC haul. Now I'm presuming the most interesting / exciting part of any YALC haul is the books, so naturally because of that, to be annoying, I'm going to leave books till last and we're going to go through all the other stuff first, and then we'll go through the books that I got. I was trying to be really restrained this year at YALC. I was like, I have so many books I need to read, so I'm only going to buy them if I really want them or if there's a really good deal with books I really want. You know, I was trying to be really conscious of making an effort to not just buy books that I want to read for the sake of it, which is what I did the first year. The first year I got really excited and I was like, well, I want to read that book and I want to read that book too, and that's on my TBR, so I might as well buy it while I'm here. And then I left with like 30 books. But this year I only left with, I think, 17 books, and last year I only left with 22. So it's going down every year, which is always a good thing, and I am reading quite well at the moment. Even though I've been in a reading slump, I'm on my 60th book of the year, so that's quite good for me. So, you know, I am getting through them. I was trying to make an effort to be more reserved, because as you can see, I don't have a shortage of books. But anyway, let's start with the other things first. So first of all, every book person, bookstagrammer, booktalker, book reader, whatever you are, if you like books, you probably like tote bags. I too like tote bags. I have an entire giant bag full of tote bags. Does it stop me getting more? No. I didn't pay for either of these tote bags though, so that's always a bonus. These are tote bags that I got because I bought books. and some of them like you had to buy like 2 books to get a tote bag, and I wasn't deliberately doing that. I just happened to meet the threshold for a free tote bag. Some of them they just gave me a tote bag because they saw that I was struggling to fit it all in my suitcase. Good. Every year I feel like I get better at planning for YALC in terms of what I'm going to take. So the first year I was like, I don't need a suitcase, I'm not buying that many books. So I just took my rucksack and left with 6 tote bags. So the second year I was like, I'll take my suitcase, my rucksack and a tote bag. They were all full. This year I took the same but a bigger tote bag. I still ended up with another tote bag. So at this point I'm like, I might as well just take like a massive 4-person suitcase or something, because it's just getting ridiculous. We move on. Anyway, this is a tote bag I got from Harper Voyager. What did I buy at Harper Voyager? Pass. Anyway, I bought a book from them, clearly. And this is the tote bag, and it says eat, sleep, read fantasy, repeat. And I would say that's quite fitting for me. Even though I read a bit of everything, most of my shelf is fantasy. So that's fantasy, so is that, so is that. I can't really see from here. That's fantasy, that's fantasy. That's fantasy. There's a lot of fantasy on my shelf. I really like a fantasy book. I love a literary fiction, I love a thriller, I love a horror, but I think for that true like escapism from the real world, the furthest you can get away from the real world is reading a fantasy book. A completely different world, full of magic, all this wonder and whimsy. I love that so much. So yeah, this is a very appropriate tote bag for me. And the other tote bag I got is because I bought my YALC ticket, and because I bought it nice and early, I got a free YALC goodie bag with it. And the YALC goodie bag was in fact the 10 years, oh my god that is mine, 10 years of YALC tote bag. So this is celebrating YALC's 10th year this year, which is insane. Like 10 years of any literature convention is insane. And so this is their celebratory 10 years of YALC tote bag. You could buy these at the event. I got it as part of my goodie bag, so it's all good. And all of these names making up the 10 are all authors who have attended YALC in their 10-year period of running. And I just think that's really special, and that's a really nice way to remember this year, especially of YALC. And I just think this is really sweet. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one as well. And then we have the last tote bag I got, and that is just a nice assignment YA tote bag. I can't remember what I bought from them, but clearly I bought something to justify a tote bag. So yeah, that is that tote bag there. And it's always useful because, like, you know, you go to town, you go food shopping, you go anywhere, always carry a tote bag with you. Next we're going to go into all like the bitty stuff, not like the paper, but also like kind of like pins and stuff like that. So we'll go through all those bits. No, I just wanted to show this off because I am impressed by everything. Look at the cute little YALC weekend bracelet that I had on for both days. It just says YALC weekend entry, young adult literature convention. But yeah, I always love getting these. I have, this is my 3rd one, and I have a little special box that I put all my wristbands in. So yeah, that was my cute little wristband for this weekend. So a big thing this year, across I think the whole world essentially, was friendship bracelets because of Taylor Swift's concert. I went to the concert in June in Scotland, and I found I really like making friendship bracelets. It really calms me down, it gives me something to focus on, and I just put on like something on the TV that I've seen 100 times that I don't need to focus on, like for example Heartstopper, and I will sit there for hours and just make bracelets in silence, and it just makes me so happy. So for YALC this year I was like, I'm gonna make friendship bracelets, and I did, and I gave them out to people, and I got some back, which was even lovelier. It was like we actually did trade bracelets. So this first one was from a girl I made friends with in a queue. She did tell me her name and I've already forgotten. I'm so sorry. I don't think she'll be watching this video because, like, why would anyone watch this video? But yeah, I met this girl in the queue to go into YALC, and she was really lovely, and I gave her a bracelet and she gave me one back, and it's this lovely orange and pink colours, and it just says YALC on it there. And yeah, that's really sweet. I love the stars there. Yeah, really cute, really happy with that. And then the Illumicrate stall also had some friendship bracelets, so I left 2 there and I took 2 in return. This one says Illumicrate in their yellow colours, which is really sweet. I really like that. And then this one says YALC 2024 in these gorgeous pastel pink colours, and a couple of blue beads there as well. I gave my friend Eleanor a bracelet there as well. I speak to Eleanor all the time on social media, and so it was really lovely to see her. I only get to see her once a year really at YALC because, you know, distance is a thing. So I gave her a bracelet and she gave me one back, and they are in these gorgeous, I don't know how well you can do this, I'm not a very good YouTuber, these gorgeous like blue and purple beads, and it says YALC 2024 on it. How am I supposed to do this? There you go, you can kind of see that. But yeah, it is really super sweet, really pretty, and it just makes me feel very special that YALC is already a fantastic fun time. Getting to exchange friendship bracelets this year just made it feel even more special. Because on the Saturday, I was one of the first 20 people in the queue. Unintentionally, I just happened to be one of the first 20 people in the queue with my friend. We got given these cute little cards to celebrate us being one of the first 20 in the queue. It just says YALC with a little love heart on it. But yeah, these were only for the first 20 people, so that's a really cool thing to have that I didn't even intend on getting. So one of the things I bought this year was from Lit Pins Co. I think that's their name. I'll put their shop name in the description. And they always have really cute stuff. I've bought loads of their pins before. I think that they are a really sweet small business. Last year they did a pair of Heartstopper socks, which I shared on this channel, which I love. I still wear them, they're great. This year they did a little keychain that I put straight away on my bag, and I've taken it off just for this video. It's a little Heartstopper Tamagotchi keychain with Nick and Charlie in the middle of it, and they are like moving around having a great old time in there. So that's really cute. It's like an acrylic material, so it's proper sturdy, and yeah, I popped that on my bag straight away, and I love that very much. So as well as the goodie bag this year, you could also buy a special YALC 10-year anniversary t-shirt. I ummed and ahed about getting one of these for ages, but I was like, YALC is such a highlight of my year that I feel like I just need to have one. I would love to have one because it just reminds me of how amazing it can be when the book community comes together. Because you always see a lot of discourse online like, oh, is reading political? Should I be reading diversely? Just read what I want to read. Don't come attacking me, blah 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 blah. There's always something going on, and I'm like, we all are part of this community because we love reading, and I think YALC is such a nice reminder of that. And I think there's a lot of things that kind of come along with that, but at the heart of it all, we are readers who love to read, and we love to make friends with people who also like to read. So because of that, that was a very long-winded way of explaining my thought process, but because of all that, YALC is such a highlight of my year. I wanted this reminder of how much I enjoy YALC, and I thought because it's a 10-year anniversary, why not? So on the front it just says YALC like that, hello I'm here. It just says YALC like that on the front of it, but on the back of it, it is very much like the tote bag. It's got the 10 years of YALC with all the names of all the authors who have ever attended YALC on it, and I just think that's really special. You could only get these at the weekend at YALC, so you bought it in advance and you could pick it up there. You couldn't buy these at the weekend as far as I'm aware, so I am very thankful and lucky to have one of these. This is where things are going to get a bit chaotic, she says, as if the past part of it hasn't been chaotic, because I've just got stuff in no coherent order apart from the books. Books are separate, all the paper and pins and whatnot are all mixed together because I came home on Sunday, I was tired, I emptied my suitcase, and I had work at 5 o'clock in the morning on Monday, so I was not about to like start organising my life, and I still haven't organised it, so there we are. So this is my lovely folder that I took to YALC this year because you always get lots of freebies like bookmarks and stickers and prints and etc etc etc, and the first year I just chucked it in my rucksack and I got home and I was like, oh my god, everything is so battered. So the second year I took one of these and it was the most helpful thing I've ever had. So I took one again this year, and in here is all the lovely bits of paper. That is my timetable right here. As you can see, there was not much highlighted. It was more just to like see what's going on and just be there for the vibes, just join in, and that's what I did and I had a great time. So it's like a lucky tip. What am I going to pull out first? So there was a lot of free bookmarks this year, but there was also a lot of bookmarks that I paid for because I love bookmarks, funnily enough, as a reader. Don't know why I needed to justify that. This is one of the bookmarks I got. So this is going to be in no order of what I bought where. They're not all from the same shop. This is the chaotic bit. This is a bookmark I picked up. I cannot remember who from, but this is a Jax and Evangeline bookmark from Once Upon a Broken Heart. Look, I'm a simple girl. I see something Stephanie Garber. I want it. Doesn't take much to make me happy. I love Eva Jax so much, and I think this is a really pretty design. It's very much fitting with the themes of Broken Heart. I just think it's gorgeous, and yeah, so I picked this up. This is from the same store, and I remember seeing it and just being like, it's so cute, I literally can't leave it behind. It's a hippopotamus bookmark. I mean, how cute is that? I just think it's adorable. As you get with every book convention, or any convention ever, lots of stickers. There is my shiny YALC sticker. This came in the goodie bag. Oh, it's really shiny. That's really nice. I might put this on my book cart. Starting to decorate that now. For a while, I was scared to put stickers on there in case I changed my mind and wanted to take them off. But I think it gives my book cart a bit of personality, so I'll probably put that one on there. Naturally, with most stores, they give away free bookmarks, so there are 4 bookmarks here. I got Tenor of Small Fortunes one, Hell Follows With Us book series one, Girl Goddess Queen and the End Crowns All one, and the Siren Book Club one. I think this logo is gorgeous. I love that, which is really handy because I also have a sticker with that logo on it. I love it. We have a couple of other like random little stickers. Again, can't say where they're from, but they're very cute. I love getting stickers, I just don't know where to put them. And the ones that don't go on my book cart, I now have an actual sticker book for, so I can just look back and be like, ah, look at all these cute stickers I've collected over the years. Because otherwise I just put them on the side and leave them there for years and then end up losing them or chucking them. So I like to have an actual book to put them in now. And this is one of my favourite stickers I got this year. One of my favourite books of the year, one of my top books of this year has been A Tempest of Tea. That book is so good. I absolutely adore it. I cannot wait for the second one. And last year at YALC I was actually lucky enough to win an arc of it and it made me cry. Someone told me this year that I was an anecdotal story last year at YALC. They said after YALC they do this big roundup and someone was like, oh, this girl won a Tempest of Tea arc and it made her so happy she cried. So that's really lovely. It shows you what we do is important, and that girl was me. So I spoke to someone this year. I was like, yeah, last year I won a copy of A Tempest of Tea and I cried, and she was like, you're the girl that we talked about. And I was like, excuse me? She was like, I mean that with love. After YALC last year we were all like so moved by the fact that you were so moved by receiving a book, and I was like, oh my god, that's both embarrassing and also really sweet. So yeah, I love A Tempest of Tea so much, and with the arc I won last year they had these gorgeous stickers and they had some leftover ones this year, so I picked up another one this year that has the cup on it and it's very iridescent and shiny and very 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 pretty, and I love it very very much. That is definitely going on my book cart because that is such a good book. If you haven't read A Tempest of Tea, make sure you do. It's vampires, it's 1920s, it's badass, the characters are amazing. That book is laced with something because I flew through it in like 4 days, and at the end of it I was like, I can't wait for the next one. Like, how am I supposed to cope with my life until the next book? The ending, if you've read it, the ending. Oof. So yeah, next one is coming out, I think they said September next year. Can't wait. So that was that sticker. I am such a like yapper. I'm a yapper first, a human second. So loads more free bookmarks. Half of these I don't even know what they're for, but you know, this says Hollows Grove University, whoever that is. Rani Chowdhury Must Die / Aditya's books are on the back there. I love her as an author, one of my auto-buy authors, so that was really cool. Babel, one of my all-time favourite books in existence now, so I'm so happy I have that one. And then of course Immortal by Sue Lin Tan. I can't wait for that book. I love her book so much. I can't wait to read this new one. The Daughter of the Moon Goddess series is absolutely incredible, so again she's another auto-buy fantasy author for me as well. So all of those lovely free bookmarks. This one is one that I was gifted because I bought something at a store, which I haven't found yet in the pile of stuff that we're going through, but I bought something at the store and they gave me a free bookmark as a thank you, and here is that free bookmark. They did say the game it's from, I don't know it. It's very cute and it's very pretty, and that is everything that's in the folder. So now we get to the stuff that did not make it into the folder, or at least that made it out of the folder when I unpacked and then just got chucked on the side. So this next item, I technically got it at YALC, but I was promised it before YALC by my friend, and this is just the first time she saw me, and it's a bit ridiculous, which is why I want to show you what I've got. So Spectacular came out this year, the new book by Stephanie Garber, a holiday novella set in a world of Caraval. I went to a Spectacular launch party in my local Woodstones, and I said to them, what's going to happen to the decorations? And they were like, probably get chucked. I was like, can I have them? And they were like, sure. So I just have the wooden Spectacular banner used to decorate my Waterstones because I didn't want it to get chucked out. I wanted to keep it. I don't know where the hell this is going to go. This is wood, but I wanted it, so now I have it. But yeah, my friend saw me at YALC and gave me these. I now have many prints and bookmarks. Again, I bought from a small business, but I can't remember where I bought from them. Small business was called Tales and Homes, and they gave me a little thank you card, which is very sweet. But look at the design on it. How cute is that? The little dragons. I love that so much. I'm going to display this probably on my bookshelves somewhere, but yeah, I thought that was really sweet, because obviously like small businesses give out business cards and stuff, but if you can make it pretty to display, that's even better, because then it means it doesn't just go into a folder, it goes on pride of place on the bookshelves. I have an art print for a book that I own, I haven't even read yet. I think it's called Something More. I'll have a look and put the correct name along here somewhere, but this is one side of the art print and that is the other side. I just think this character artwork is so cute, and I can't wait to read the book and understand these in context. Many more free books. I have a Heartstopper shiny bookmark with the 4 volumes on the back. I have a bookmark for a romance tennis book. I was a self-proclaimed non-sports romance reader. Like, I am not a sporty person, however I like Formula 1 very much, And I like watching the tennis because, like, it's great fun, and they're the only two sports I really get invested in. So I read the book Match Point this year, and I really loved it. That was a good tennis romance book. So there was a Match Point bookmark, which is really fun. It looks like a ticket to Centre Court, like Wimbledon, and yeah, I thought it was a really sweet bookmark, so I got that one. And there was another 40s and funeral bookmark by Deepa and Farida, and look at the cat! So yeah, I picked up one of them as well. What I really like this year about YALC, there was a whole section dedicated to indie authors, and there was this indie author there advertising her book, and at this point I had bought so many books. I was like, I'm so sorry, I literally can't carry any more home, and she was like, that's absolutely fine. But she did give me a free bookmark. The book is called Us Against the Likes, and it's about two sisters who are travelling the world together, and one is a travel influencer blogger person, and her sister is helping her out with her website. So it sounds very wholesome, and there is the two sisters, and that is some information about their book on the back. Again, like I said, I'm a simple girl. I see Stephanie Garber, I want it, so I got a welcome back to the world of Caraval spectacular bookmark. Of course I did. And of course, naturally, I love Legendborn. I think I've mentioned it on this channel. It's such a good King Arthur retelling, and so there was a little promo card for Oathbound, which I can't wait for. So I picked up that there. You can actually pre-order the book now. I thought it was out in 2026. Maybe it's out in 2025. Let's not get excited. How cool is that cover? I can't wait for book 3. I literally can't wait. One of the things that is fun about YALC is there's always like spin the wheels to win a selection of prizes, and one of the spin the wheels that I did, I won a free poem, which was really cute. So on one side you have this lovely art print. I say lovely, I think it's a lovely design, but it's also very like, this is what we're doing to our planet, so you know. And then on the back is a lovely poem. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a really unusual prize to win. I thought it was something really sweet. And then there was a B. Fitzgerald table. I have not yet read B. Fitzgerald's books. I own them both, and I will, and I know I will enjoy them. So when there was free art prints, I just naturally took them. Look, they're ancient mythology retellings. Of course I'm gonna like them. That's right up my street. So yeah, I got these free little art prints, which I think are very, very pretty. If you could see the state of the floor around me now, oh my god, I'm dreading putting all this away. We're now getting into the stuff that I actually paid for, which is always very exciting. The first thing, actually that's a lie, the first thing I'm holding I didn't even pay for. My friend entered a lucky dip at a stall to win pins and things, and she won a pin which I love the book of, and she was like, well, you love it more than me, so she just gifted it to me. So Maddie, thank you so much, I love you. It is a Song of Achilles pin. I've been eyeing up this pin on this store's website for so long. I can't remember the name of the shop, but I do recognise the pin, and I know I'd been looking at it on their website for so long, I just hadn't paid for it. So it's finally made its way to me. It says, he is half of my soul, as the poets say, and there is the pin design. I mean, if you've read Song of Achilles, you'll know where that's a quote from. It's emotional. It's a beautiful pin, and it's definitely going to go on my wall over there. I have like a pin banner of special pins, mainly mythology and a couple of Caraval, so it's going to make its way onto that. This is a pin I bought from a stall. Again, can't remember which one. I bought this purely because it reminded me of Caraval. I don't know if it is a Caraval pin, but it looks very much like the vibes of Caraval, and there is that pin there. It's beautiful. I am such a pin collector, but I get them and I'm like, now what do I do with them? I'm starting to display them, but there's still a box that I need to figure out what to do with. Will I stop? No. So during YALC, downstairs is also Comic-Con, and if you are clever with your time, you can sometimes go down to Comic-Con and see what they've got there, which is what me and my friends did on a couple of days. We made a bit of time to go downstairs to Comic-Con and explore, and there was this stall selling beautiful Studio Ghibli bookmarks. Last year I bought my pink cow bookmark from them, so this year I bought some Studio Ghibli ones. So you've got Calcifer, you've got No Face, I keep calling him Ghostface, Calcifer, No Face and Totoro there, and they are just really sweet magnetic bookmarks that I can't wait to use. Lilac Libraries, they had so many beautiful pieces at their store, but there was a couple of pieces in particular that took my eye. Now, what did I say earlier? I'm a simple girl, I see Stephanie Garber, I buy it. I bought two, a hardback and a paperback copy of the bookmarks of Eva and Jax. They are double-sided with these two designs, so there is Jax Evangeline and there is Jax Evangeline. These are really good quality. We've got this gorgeous gold foiling on it. I love the little foxes, and they're quite like not heavy, but you can feel they're good quality card. So yeah, I picked up a paperback and a hardback one of these so I can use them both depending on whatever book I am reading. I think this is from that same shop. I got what they call, they had a word for it and I can't remember what it is, but essentially this sits inside a book and it pokes out, and that is Jax's dagger. At this point I was like, I don't even need this, but they were like, well, you've got the two bookmarks, why don't you take it at a reduced rate? I was like, okay, Okay, I'll do that then. So yeah, that was my little dagger that is going to sit inside one of my books on my shelf. This is one of my favourite things I bought at YALC. I literally bought it and put it on straight away. I kept it on the entire weekend. It is this gorgeous little dragon ring. I don't know how well you can see that. Look at his wings. Look how cute he is. And then I put him on and he just sits on my hand and I love him. I love him so much. I think this is super cute. I am obsessed with it. I literally saw him and I was like, I can't leave him behind. So yeah, that is one of my favourite things I bought this year. Again, downstairs at Comic-Con, we went for a wander around and my friend Ian had a stall advertising his new book, Finn Carter and the Agents of Eromlos? I don't know how you say that word. It is that word there. I should have asked him while I was there. I already have his book and I read it and I loved it. It's this amazing middle grade sci-fi fantasy and it's about a kid whose dad has been missing and then one day chaos ensues and he ends up in another dimensional planet and he goes on this great epic adventure and it's just adorable. And if I'd have read it when I was younger, I know I'd have loved it so much. I found it so sweet and endearing to read now, and yeah, I think kids are going to really enjoy that book. One of the characters in his book is a fox whose name is Henry Flame, and he had a little pin of Henry Flame, so I picked up the pin of Henry Flame and I think it's really cute. This was a pin I got given for free because I bought a book at a stall. This was from Alyssa's World, I want to say it's pronounced. She does these gorgeous redesigned copies of books. I got a copy of Addie LaRue, which I will show you shortly, and because she can't sell 4th wing pins because they're not officially licensed, so she just gave it to me for free, and it is this beautiful dragon pin and it's all black and glittery and gold and I think this is beautiful, so I'm going to find somewhere to display that. I don't know how it happened. I ended up at a stall advertising Central Film School. I am not going back to university, but I ended up at the stall. I think I was just like, when I'm here I might as well chat to you because I chat to everyone. I'm a full-time yapper, so I was chatting to this woman. She just gave me a little clapperboard advertising their uni, but I thought I was really sweet and this bit actually opens, so that's always fun. Tales and Tomes, the small business I mentioned earlier, I found a bookmark from them. So this is a magnetic bookmark and a gorgeous design of a bookshop or cherry blossoms, and I thought that was really, really sweet, so I picked up that one. I picked up quite a few bookmarks from them. I got another 3 here, so I bought 4 from them in total. So this is a bookmark I picked up. It's a dragon bookmark and the dragon is sleeping on the books and reading the books, and I just thought it was really, 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 really cute. The bookmark deals were like 3 for £6 or something, so I bought the 3 bookmarks of these which were on the deal, and then I bought that little magnetic bookshop one that you saw as well. So yeah, some really good deals to be had at YALC. This is a bookmark that reminded me straight of Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is the reason I bought it, and it's just a little fox chilling out on a bookshelf with lots of pink books, and so yeah, I really like that one, so that's why I picked that one up. And then we have this last one here, Mushroom Sword bookmark here, which again I just thought was really cute, so I picked that one up as well. But only about halfway through all the papery stuff. You can see why my suitcase gets so heavy at YALC. Next up are 3 things I got free in the goodie bag. So one is a YALC badge which says I am 10, a little birthday badge for YALC, which is really cute, and I got a YALC patch, which I have a jacket I put patches onto, so I'm going to put that onto my jacket, and a 3-way highlighter with YALC branding on it. Now I annotate my books, they knew what I needed. Yet more freebie things. I got a free 5 Survive keychain. That is such a good book. If you have not read it, read it. Holly Jackson could write anything and I would read that. So I got a free 5 Survive keyring. I love how it looks like a danger warning sign like you see on the road. I think that's really cool. My friend went to the same store downstairs in Comic-Con where I got my Studio Ghibli bookmarks from, and they gave her a free bookmark like the purple one I had, so they gave me a free one there because my friend bought something. I think they were just giving them away, and again, I still don't know the game. I still think it's really cute. I got given a free When Haru Was Here sticker. I haven't read the book, I don't even own it yet. I read You've Reached Sam, but I have not read that book. Got a bookmark advertising a book called Here to Slay, and that is the design. It says refuse to let them define you. I think this is a really fancy, cool bookmark. I love that design, it's so bright and colourful. I went to Adiba's signing on the Sunday, which was really fun, and I got lots of free art prints from her signing table that you could just take. So I've got some Rani Chowdhury ones, those 2 there, and this one here, and I got a 4 Eves and a Funeral little kind of comic strip print here, which I love. So that's for their 2 new books, which I have here, and I love those prints. I love Adiba's writing, as I said, so was really happy to take them. Oh, I've just seen the comic strip is double-sided. How exciting. Some Like It Cold is a book I read this year and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really sweet, small town, neurodiverse queer read, so I picked up a free print and a free bookmark for that there. The Captain of Fate's book is coming out by Catherine Webber in 2025. I can't wait for that. It's the next book in the Twin Crowns universe, not the same series, different series, same universe. I'm so excited for that book. So I got a free print of that cover. I got an exclusive chapter sampler for the book Notorious Virtues. What I think is really cool about this, it looks like a newspaper, so I really like that. That's a really cool way of getting a chapter sampler out, by making it look like that. I think that these came in the YALC goodie bag. I have a couple of guitar picks. I don't really know why. It says The Book of Love by Kelly Link, and it's got a butterfly on the back. I'm sure it'll make sense when I read the book, but I just thought that was fun, so that was a little freebie I got this weekend. Now, I'm pretty sure this is from No One Designs, but I can't remember. Basically, you did this fun little game where you pay £2, I think, and then you put a 50p into a machine, a slot machine, you turn the thing, and a little surprise comes out and it dictates what you get for free on their stall. Hope that makes sense. I won a free cat pin, so I chose this one here. It's a little ginger cat sat on a stack of books, and I picked the ginger cat because it reminds me of Church from the Mortal Instruments series. We're nearly there with the little bitty bits and the paper bits. I had this fun pin that I got given for free, and it says something to be proud of, so that's just a fun little pride pin. And whilst we're on badges, might as well go through the rest of them. I have one that says, you should be so angry, because yes, we should all be so angry right now at the state of the world. If you're not angry, you're not paying enough attention. So I like that one a lot. And then I unintentionally ended up with like 4 Percy Jackson pins. They all say Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I got a yellow, pink, blue and green one. The Percy Jackson stall was one of my favourite parts this weekend. I'll put a photo here of me living my best life. It was so good. And then I picked up a seashell, and it was the audiobook, and it sounded so good. So I went back like 3 times to listen to the audiobook, different sections, and I had the absolute best time. There was a shield you could put on, a sword you could hold, a helmet you could put on. It was amazing. Such a cool part of YALC. I think just every time I went there, I just picked up a badge. So I have a selection of colours, but I'm going to give one to my friend who couldn't come this year, so that's nice. But yeah, I really like these badges. They're really cool. I think these might be the last 3 free bookmarks. I have a penguin bookmark, calm bookmark, advertising a book that I have never heard of, but it's from Neem Tree Press, who I love. Their books are amazing. I've read and reviewed for them before. And you have a reappearance of Rachel Price bookmark, which is again another fantastic book by Holly Jackson, and if you've not read it, you should. Now, all weekend at YALC there was the Locked Library stall, and they had a selection of merch that you could win, but to win it you had to buy 2 books or a Locked Library box, then spin their wheel and have it land on merch to win the items of their merch. One of their items was a Babel notebook, and I'd been eyeing it up all weekend. I was like, can I just pay for it? I'll just pay for the notebook. And they were like, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And I kept on trying throughout the whole weekend. I was like, what about now? What about now? Has it gone down? Has the rules changed? And then on the Sunday, she was like, okay, if you come back just before we're closing, we'll let you pay for a notebook. So I was like, okay, I could do that. I went back at like 4 o'clock on a Sunday, and there was actually 2 paperbacks that I didn't realise were there that I wanted to buy. So I picked up 2 paperbacks, which we'll go through in a minute. And I was like, okay, I bought 2 paperbacks. Can I spin the wheel now? And can it please just land on merch? Or can I move it to merch so I can have the Babel notebook? And they were like, do you know what? You bought 2 books, just take the Babel notebook. I was like, you sure? And they were like, yeah, we've got a whole box here. In fact, take 2. So I have 2 Babel notebooks. They're literally just plain on the inside, like plain notebooks. But look at those designs. I can pretend I go to Babel, except sort of not anymore because Babel's on the floor. Anyway, I can pretend I go to Babel. I love that book so much. I actually do. If you haven't read Babel, why not? What are you doing? It's one of the best books I've ever read. So yeah, thank you so much to Locked Library for letting me have 2 free notebooks for my 2 paperback books I bought. You guys are the best, and you made me very, very, very happy. This is a free sampler for a book that I bought, which we'll go through. But it looked like a lady whistle down paper, which is the reason I bought it. Oh, well, there's the book. Spoilers, that's the book I bought. But yeah, how cool is that design? What a way to sample a book. This is a 10 years of YALC magazine that you get for it. Hello. There's a sticker I forgot I had. This is a 10 years of YALC mini magazine thing that you got in the goodie bag. They were giving these out free by the end of Sunday. Yeah, I got this in my goodie bag, and in here is just a bit of information about YALC, a bit about what to expect over the weekend. There's some colouring sheets, some recommendations for new books coming out. I am so excited for this book. It's William Hussey's new book, and it's about 2 boys in World War I. Can't wait for that. So yeah, that's a really sweet added extra that I got in my goodie bag. I got a couple of new book samplers. So these are book samplers for the book Unhallowed Halls and Heart. I know nothing about either of these books, but I can't wait to read these samplers and find out if they are up my street or not. This one looks very dark vibes, so I am very intrigued by that. And this looks like it's an LGBT plus read, so I'm intrigued. And then from Hot Escapes Table, I got a look at their hottest upcoming romantasies. I find romantasy really touch and go at the moment. I sometimes think I prefer fantasy with an element of romance to romantasy, but this gives me a chance to have a little read at what books are coming soon and see if any of them will take my fancy. Last bitty thing, and it's a candle. Like, I don't need any more. It's a candle, and it is the Rainy Day Reads candle, and it smells so nice, and it's got lots of silver glitter in it. This was at the stall, I think it's Luna Book and Flames. I'll put their store name down here. But yeah, they had lots of nice scents for their candles. They had lots of Sarah J Maas themed candles. They had like rainy day reads, they had cozy reads, they had romantasy read candles. So something really for everyone. Just bought that little candle there because I love curling up on a rainy day with a book, and I love that they had a scent for that, and I love that I actually like the scent for it. So yeah, overall a big win. That is all the bitty stuff. All that's left now is the books. If you could see the stack next to me, oh my god, it's huge. It's such a big stack. I don't know where to start. In fact, we're not even going to start with the books I bought. We're going to start with the books I took with me. So sorry, hold on a bit longer. So all the books we're going to go through now are the books I took from home to YALC to get signed. The first one I took is The Light That Blinds Us by Andy Darcy Theo. I absolutely love this book. I think it's an absolutely fantastic fantasy. I love that Andy Darcy Theo is writing a fantasy book for people who have not always seen themselves in books before. So Andy Darcy Theo, we had a discussion. He is Greek. I am obviously Turkish, and I said growing up there was never really many fantasy series for people of colour, and especially like Greek and Turkish. You know, I've never read a fantasy set in Turkey or with Turkish characters, and he said he very much felt the same, so he wrote The Light That Blinds Us to put people like us back into books so that we can see ourselves represented as well. And so he signed my book 2 later to finally being seen and represented in the stories we love. Love Andy Darcy Theo. I just love that so much. Oh gosh, let's move on before I get emotional. Next up, I went to Sarah Underwood's signing. She obviously wrote Lies Between the Sea. This is my Lumicrate edition. It's getting so battered because I've read it so many times. I feel really bad because it's such a pretty copy, but look, the spine is like falling apart. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do about that. I don't think I can fix it. Now, Sarah Underwood has signed this book many a times, and so every time I see her now, she just annotates a new part of the book. I can't find the part of the book that she has annotated. But yeah, I took this with me and she annotated it some more. I can show you the front page that she signed the very first time I took the book. It says, Godspeed on the Terror of Mortals. So whenever I read the book, I always find a new bit that she annotated, and I'm like, oh, that's what you wrote. And that's always really fun. It's like I'm collecting my own special annotated edition. The other book I took, of course, was Gentlest of Wild Things, which came out this year, so it has not yet been signed. So in here, she has written for me, for Layla, you don't have to be brave, you just have to keep going. And I love that so much. I think, especially in fantasy, it's like, be brave, you can do this, you can do this. You don't have to be brave, you can do things that are scary and be scared as long as you keep progressing, and I love that so much. Next up is a book for someone who wasn't even signing at the event. They were there to chair a panel and then just wandering around. They didn't have their own signing, and that is Joel Rochester, Fictional Fates on YouTube. I love their content. I think they're absolutely amazing. I have followed their work for years on BookTube, and I love the fact that now they are writing their own dark academia book, which is going to be so good by the sounds of it. It sounds right up my street. I find that whenever, this is the 3rd year in a row I've seen them at YALC, and the 3rd year in a row that I've spoken to them at YALC, and I think that the panels they are part of are always so interesting. They have such insightful discussions and such interesting comments to make. So yeah, I find that their thought processes behind books is really good. So I always love hearing them talk. And I took the book All These Sunken Souls, which is a black horror anthology that they wrote a short story for. And in here they've written, to Layla, it's so great to see, I'm so glad you enjoyed Joel Rochester. They did also sign their specific story, which is called I Love Your Eyes. When you read it, you will understand. And they've just signed it at the bottom there, Joel Rochester. I realise you can't see it on camera, but you can see it in person. Next up are my Adiba books, which I took with me to get signed. Now, what was really sweet is that Usborne YA, as a part of YALC, they had a section where you could decorate biscuits with Adiba and Farida, the authors of For Eat and a Funeral. So I went along to that biscuit decorating section, and it was such a calming part of YALC. Oh, it was lovely to just sit down, take a biscuit, put your design on it, and then you get to eat it afterwards. What's not to like? And Farida and Adiba were there just to chat to and have a lovely part of YALC discussing all things that you fancy. That was really lovely, and I took my books with me, and because Farida didn't have a dedicated signing time, she signed my books while she was there, but then so did Adiba as well. So it says for Layla, and there is their signatures in the finished copy, and the 2 ARCs they signed them as well. I was very lucky to get sent an ARC of this because I was so excited for this book, and I love all their books so much. And then my friend Maddie kindly gave me her ARC after she'd read it. The 2 go together. So these are all signed to me now, which is really sweet, and it makes me so happy. I did get another book signed by Adiba, but that's in the other pile. Apart from the Adiba signing on a Sunday, I also went to Elle McNichol's signing, who is the author of Some Like It Cold. I got this ARC at a Pan Macmillan event, and this was the first book of Elle's I'd read. I was like, this is amazing. It's a neurodiverse LGBTQ plus love story, romance story in a small town, and it made me so happy. It was such a warm, cozy read. I genuinely didn't expect to love this book as much as I did, and it was absolutely fantastic, and I'm definitely going to reread this every Christmas. And so Elle signed that for me to Layla with love from Elle, and again she signed my finished indie copy with the nice sprayed edges with to Layla with all my love, Elle. And that is all the books I took with me to get signed. It's time to get on to the books I bought. Oh my god. Now, they are in no particular order. They're not in the order I picked them up at YALC. They are just in the order I got them out of my suitcase. Which is why the first book I bought, I didn't even buy. I didn't even win it. My friend got it for me for free, and now I have it. So this is an ARC of Daughter of Chaos. I tried like 3 times across the weekend to win a copy of this book, and I lost every single time. So my friend got a copy for me instead, and she has got it signed for me. There is the signature. This is an ARC of a book that is coming out in January, and here is what it says. In ancient Greece, the gods demand the ultimate tribute: food, treasure, even human sacrifice. There are some mortals who cling to a desperate prophecy. One will come and set them free, but few believe it. Until Danae? We'll go Danae. Until Danae eats a mysterious golden apple and her life unravels with a dangerous path unfolding before her. Chased from her home, Danae will walk the winding roads of heroes. There, she encounters the mighty demigod, Heracles, and they will seek out monsters to battle. But Danae's destiny is not to fight beasts. She will hunt the gods. She will drag them screaming from Olympus. Doesn't that sound so good? Any kind of Greek mythology, ancient history, I am there. So I am so excited for this book. I was really hoping to get an ARC of this weekend, and so I'm really glad I have. And yeah, I can't wait to start reading that soon. Next up is a book that I bought, and that is Hijabi and Red Lipstick, because it just sounds like the sort of thing that I would love to read. And this is what it says. Being a teenager isn't easy. All Sarah wants to do is experiment with makeup, go on dates and hang out with her friends. It doesn't help when you have a super strict Egyptian dad who tells you that everything is haram, aka forbidden. But when her family moved from London to the Arabian Gulf, it feels like every door has been closed on Sarah's future. Can Sarah find her voice again, and will she ever be free? So yeah, it just sounds like a really interesting read, and one that I just saw on the table and was like, well, this is at the very start of the weekend when I had a very light suitcase, and I was like, well, I might as well pick it up and read it and take it home. So yeah, I did exactly that. I have seen this like 3 years in a row at YALC, and every time I've been wanting to pick it up and read it, so I felt like it was finally time to do that. Okay, this next book I really need to not cry about on camera, because that's really embarrassing. So one of the people I spent a lot of time with this year at YALC was my friend Nat's Bookshelves on Instagram. Nat is one of my closest friends that I've made through Bookstagram. We speak every day, and I love her so much. Nat, if you're watching this, hi, I love you. I haven't actually seen her this year since the last YALC, and she knows more than anyone how much I adore Stephanie Garber. In fact, we were at the same Stephanie Garber event a year ago celebrating A Curse of True Love, and she saw me cry so much after I met Stephanie Garber. Now, Nat had an ARC of Caraval she found in a charity shop, and I was so happy for her. I was like, oh my god, look at you with your ARC, check you out better than everyone else. Joking, of course. And then this year, Nat was like, before we met up at YALC, she was like, oh, by the way, I have something to give you tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. She was like, you're probably gonna cry. I was like, excuse me. So she gave me a parcel wrapped up in wrapping paper. I was like, oh, I can't wait to open this on camera. She was like, do not open it on camera. I was like, wait, what? Why? And she was like, you're probably gonna cry. So I was like, okay, well, I'll open it here and now. We found a little corner of YALC. This is first thing in the morning on the Saturday. I sat down with Nat and opened the parcel, and I started crying. Nat has gifted me her copy of Caraval, her ARC copy of Caraval. I love this book so much. I love this series so much. I know people say it's very YA, it's very cliched, whatever, but it came into my life at a time where I needed it. It was lockdown, things were really dark, and I had seen this all over Bookstagram, so I picked it up, and it reminded me of why I loved reading. It reminded me of why I love fantasy. I went for it so quickly, and I completely fell in love with this world that Stephanie Garber created. This series means so much to me, and I've been trawling Vinted and Depop and eBay for years looking for this arc, and people sell it for like £450, and that has just given me her free copy. It's got the red sprayed edges and everything. It's embarrassing. So yeah, this is probably the best thing to come out of YALC this year, and that is probably one of the best things that has come out of me starting a Bookstagram. I am so grateful for our friendship, and I'm so unbelievably grateful that she's given me her copy of this. I'm going to clear this bookshelf and put it right in the middle facing out and make it so special, because this means so much to me. Thank you so much, Nat. So yeah, that was a book I got at YALC completely by surprise, and now we're going to move on. That was that. My Arc of Caraval. Can't believe I can say that now. Right, I'm composed. Let's carry on. Alyssa's World is where I got the Fourth Win free pin from. This is why I got the Fourth Win free pin, because I got her copy of Addie LaRue. I had seen this book for months on her store. She was promoting it and everything, and then it went on sale and sold out like that, and I was really sad I couldn't get one. She was selling perfect copies for £40. There's a reason I did quotation marks. This is an imperfect copy that she was selling for £15. I looked for about 10 minutes and I couldn't find the damage. She showed me the damage and I still can't see it. Oh, it's there. Tiny, tiny, tiny smudge. And I was like, wow. So it shows you how much she cares about her shop, the fact that she will only sell 100% perfect copies at the full price, but it also helped people like me who really wanted the book and wanted to not pay £40 for it, because, you know, we've got a budget and all that. So I have this gorgeous copy of Addie LaRue with the amazing sprayed edges that go all the way around and a beautiful dust jacket. And then I opened it on the Saturday to check it out again. It's signed and it's number 760 out of 1,000, so hardly any of these copies at all. And then on the inside you've got this lovely end papers and this gorgeous design of foiling on the cover. I mean, how beautiful is that? I absolutely love the book Addie LaRue. I think it's a beautiful, oh my god, I've just seen the back of it. How amazing is that? Yeah, I absolutely love Addie LaRue. I think it's a beautiful story. It made me cry my eyes out. I read it with my friend Chloe and I just absolutely adore that book, so I'm really glad to have a special edition of it. My only special edition of it, so yeah, how amazing is that? And she did also give me a nice free bookmark with it, which is beautifully foiled and very pretty, and yeah, I am very happy. It says, "Time heals all wounds, but not the ones you leave infected." Next up, I have two books I bought from Simon & Schuster because they were like, it's 2 for £12, I want to say. So I bought two. One is the book the Lady Whistledown style sampler is from, and that is I Should Never Fall in Love. It is a graphic novel and it's just like a really fun Regency era graphic novel story, and I think it's LGBTQ+. When I read the Lady Whistledown type sampler, I was really intrigued by it and I just thought this looked really cute, and I love a graphic novel and I don't read enough of them, so that gave me the incentive to buy this. And because it was buy two for a certain price, I picked up the book better than the movies, because I have seen this everywhere. Everyone has been raving about it. Everyone's told me that I should read it specifically. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love romance in movies. Like, I mean, I can see Dirty Dancing on here, one of my favourite movies. I thought I'd pick it up and give that a try as well. So I got those two together from Simon & Schuster. I did a spin the wheel thing on the Harper 360, Harper Voyager, and I won a £3 off voucher on the Saturday. So because of my £3 off voucher, I could pick any book I wanted, and so I picked up A Tale of Two Nights. This is another graphic novel because, again, I love graphic novels, but I don't read them enough, and I only paid £5 for this because of the £3 off voucher. Bargain, and it just sounds like a King Arthurian story, but also LGBTQ+, so something completely different to what I've read before. Can't wait to read that. I went to the Illumicrate store this year, and they always have some really good books from their shop, always at reduced rate, and I was really excited to see what they had. And they had a book that I'm really desperate to read, but I actually prefer the Illumicrate edition to the normal edition, and that is Best Hex Ever. How stunning is this cover? There's a Turkish eye on it, the font, the character art, the pages. Are you having a laugh? How beautiful is that? And then you open it and it gets better. I love it when books do this. There's a book within a book. How cool is that? And then of course you have got the character artwork on the pages. I love that. There's a cat on the cover, and then there's the back artwork there. So this is a book I picked up from Illumicrate that I can't wait to read. This book is an arc that I again didn't win, but it came free in my YALC goodie bag for the 10-year anniversary, and it is called Spellbound, and it comes out in April 2025. How gorgeous is that cover with the foiling? There's a little spinning wheel here, so I wonder if it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Let's find out. Every thread tells a story. In a remote castle perched atop a windswept island, a long-awaited royal heir is born. In accordance with ancient custom, a blessing ceremony takes place to bestow the princess with magical gifts, along with a terrible curse. Except this is not the love story you may think you know. There is no enchanted sleep for the princess, and no handsome prince to save the day. Just 3 women who together concoct a desperate plan of misdirection that changes the course of all their lives. But dark magic cannot be tricked, and as the end of the curse edges closer, each of the women has a choice to make. They can wait to find out if the worst will happen, or they can turn to face the coming storm. An atmospheric retelling of a classic fairy tale that asks the question, what if Beauty never went to sleep? That sounds really intriguing. I haven't read very many Sleeping Beauty retellings, so I'm very excited to read that and see what that's about. Next is the arc I won, the only arc I won this weekend, and that is called Aphrodite. It was like a little tombola. You spin the tombola, a ball came out. If it had a bee on it, you won. If it didn't, you didn't. I won. And it says on the front, she's not just a pretty face. This is out on the 4th of September next year, so I've got time to read this. And what is it about? Here it is. She's just the goddess of love and beauty, and that's exactly what she wants them to think. Naked and salt-soaked, Aphrodite is born from the waves. Knowing nothing of who or what she is, she quickly discovers that she has incredible power and a kind of beauty that makes men mad. Her blood pulses with the same call. Home, home, home. Cue Olympus, the home of the gods. But Olympus turns out to be a seething snake pit, and love is never simple. Ordained the mere goddess of love and beauty, the threatened and spiteful gods and goddesses seek different ways to control Aphrodite. As a trap closes in around her, she learns that it is cursed to be seen as nothing but beautiful, but it may also be her strongest weapon. The gods of Olympus will soon learn not to underestimate the goddess of love and beauty. I have not read very many Aphrodite books, so I am really excited to see how that pans out. Next is an arc that I got because I spent £10, which is a really bizarre way of getting an arc, but I am not complaining. It is a book I'm really excited for. So at the Anderson Press table, if you spent £10, you got a free arc of William Hussey's new book, The Boy I Love. So I spent £10 on a graphic novel. This is called The Fox Maidens, and it's basically a graphic novel about Korean folklore and fighting for your place in the world. So very, very, very excited for that, which makes it 3 graphic novels I bought this weekend, which for me is amazing because I don't read them very much, even though I love them. So because I bought that book, I got The Boy I Love, which comes out in January, I want to say. January 2025. So yeah. Very happy to have got an arc of that. The other book I bought is for the Adiba signing I went to. Because Adiba had signed all my 40s in a funeral, I just had one book left of hers to buy. Rani Chowdhury Must Die. I have just finished reading the e-arc of this the day I bought the book, and I love it. The book is basically about 2 girls who are cheated on by the same boy, so they make a plan to humiliate him in front of the entire school, and they might end up feeling feelings for each other along the way. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant book. And so she signed it for me, and it says, to Layla, all's fair in love and science, with her signature. And I love it. Love this book. It's amazing. So you should definitely read that if you like Adiba's writing, or if you like women in STEM, or just like women teaming up against men, basically. Great book. These are the 2 books that I bought together because I wanted the Babel book. One is The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I've been after this book for so long. I very nearly bought it in hardback, and I was like, Layla, you're not going to read it for ages because of the amount of books you have to read. So I waited for paperback, and because it was 2 for £8, I bought The Forest Demands Its Due, which is a dark horror book as well. I got these 2 books for £4. 2 for £8, £4 per book. You'll never get a book that cheap again. And so they are the 2 paperbacks I bought from the table, which had the Babel notebooks. And then this is the last bit. So the Harper 360/Harper Voyager store, where I spun the wheel and won a £3 off voucher. I did that on a Saturday. On a Sunday I went back literally just before we were going home, and I won an entire box, Death at the no, I was about to say murder, it probably is murder. Death at the Morning House. I won this box. Yay! What's the book about? I don't know, I've never heard of it. So here is the box of things that I won, and let's see what we've got in here. So in here is a bookmark for Death at the Morning House. There's 2 of them, which is very generous of them. It says, did anyone ever mention you're taking over from a dead guy? Some tea, some English rose black tea with flavouring. It says it's a village fete tea for scones and strawberry jam with delicate notes of glorious rose. Very happy about that. I love tea. I've got some magnetic bookmarks for epic reads, Death at the Morning House, and a little axe, which makes me think it's a very dark and murderous book, which I can't wait for. I've got another candle, but you know, I'm not complaining. It's the smell of fresh rain, and it does smell very, very, very good. You have a little heart
tag here, which is cute. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's very cute. And then here is the book, which is signed by the author. It is Death at the Mourning House. It's from the same author as the Truly Devious series. Here is what the book is about. Did anyone ever mention you're taking over for a dead guy? Fire wasn't Marlowe Wexler's fault. Dates should be hot, but not hot enough to warrant literal firefighters. Akila, the girl Marlowe has been in love with for years, will never go out with her again. No one dates an accidental arsonist. With her house-sitting career up in flames, it seems the universe owes Marlowe a new summer job, and that's how she ends up at Mourning House, a mansion built on an island in the 1920s and abandoned shortly thereafter. Oh my god, a 1920s house. It's easy enough giving tours, low risk of fire, high chance of getting bored, talking about stained glass and nut cutlets and prohibition. Oh, and the deaths. Did anyone say anything about the deaths? Maybe this job isn't such a gift after all. Mourning House has a horrific secret that's been buried for decades, and now the person who has brought her here is missing. All it takes is one clue to set off a catastrophic chain of events. One small detail, just like a spark, could take it all down if someone doesn't take Marlowe down first. Oh, that sounds great! What a cool title page. So yeah, I won that. I really can't wait to read that. And that is everything I bought at YALC. We made it to the end. If you've watched this entire video, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed it, because this is going to be a long video. I've just seen the whole part of the video is over an hour long. Oh my god, this is going to take me so much editing. I had the most wonderful time at YALC. It really is the highlight of my year. I love getting to see so many book people in one place. I love getting to make new friends. I love getting to explore new genres, new books, meet new authors, go to panels and hear those discussions. It truly is one of the best parts of my year, and I'm so glad that even though I didn't want to go initially, I went and had the absolute best time. I can't wait to see what next year brings. I hope if you went to YALC and you got some nice new books and you had a lovely time and you have something fun to start reading. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this video. If you made it all the way to the end, you get a gold star and a virtual hug from me, because I know that I'm a yapper and this is going to be a really long video. So thank you for staying with me and watching, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your year, because we're nearly at the end of 2024 already. Please take care of yourselves, please take care of each other. I love you all so much, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!